Right. Good morning, everyone. This is another trading day, so let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So basically, yesterday, New York session for the trading time, I wasn't around, so we could trade. I'm sorry for that. And obviously, actually, I checked the charts and I saw that there was really no opportunity for trading yesterday. The chart was just like choppy. So I'm like, oh, okay, at least thank God I wasn't even on the charts, I'll potentially maybe have forced out a trade out of it. And so looking at what's currently happening on NASDAQ right now, honestly, there's something that I noticed now. On Tuesday, when the price was still at the top at the supply zone, I was looking to take a sell, but I missed out on one detail. And that was because something else was influencing how I took my decision on Thursday. I took a buy instead of taking a sell. But taking that sell and left the trade in a swing trade, by now we've already done with phase one because price has moved about 600 points already in our direction. Now we're having a better opportunity for buying because at the second demand zone right here, potentially NASDAQ will buy. So the thing now is that it's possible that today NASDAQ will complete the move into that second demand, which we will not be joining because if you want to join that trade, where you're going to put your stop loss is too high, and so it's best to potentially go and wait for the buy. So you have to use 300 point stop loss. So if you right now are going to be taking any trade on NASDAQ, we need to wait for it to get to the second demand zone at the bottom right here. And if it does that, then we'll start taking trade. Although right now, NASDAQ is also inside a demand level, which is also a, let's call it a support level now, in the in the 1 hour. And if you also see it on the 4 hour, it's actually also on the very good pivot level. So when it comes to like supply and demand, yeah, you want to look at what you want to look at is actually where a decisive candle starts originating from. So from the bottom right here, this is for, you can see that we have a strong candle, a strong 4 hour candle, green candle, the first one, push up, then you got a follow up, and then you get a red candle, which is not a pivot candle. Then after that candle, you see more explosive candles after it. So the indecisive candle before the explosive candle are called pivot candles. So those are the areas where, okay, price was balanced before it became imbalanced again, right? So potentially this area now, which I mark as a demand, is going to hold either for a small pullback or maybe even for a pullback of the buy to the upside again. But I wouldn't trust the that we should be taking a buy from this level because we can easily just get taken out. Ideally, if you want to take a buy, we need to wait at the second demand zone. Anyway, that's just a quick tips about buying. Let's do the updates now and the analysis. So on the new account, the trading account, prop firm account, I'm still trading it. I'm still in negative $100. Anyway, so I'm looking for a very good trade that I'm gonna take that is potentially gonna pass the challenge. So what do we have right now? Let's see. This is what we have. So basically now we are having NASDAQ just pushing and pushing down, pushing up. So what's going to happen now? Let's do the previous day high and previous day low as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my, let me remove that because I think we are way outside of that already. All right, so previous day high right here and previous day low, which is the lowest point that price got to yesterday, right here. Now, if you notice something, just this morning alone, price already kicked the previous day low. So that means that the liquidity of the previous day low has been taken. The liquidity of the Asian low has also been taken as of this morning. So that means that potentially now, if NASDAQ will start buying, you need to start buying from inside this zone, or you need to start buying from this next zone. So what are we going to do? What would happen is that if NASDAQ is pulling back into, before New York session, if NASDAQ pull back into this zone, into the Asian range, let's say, let me show you visually. So if NASDAQ should pull back like this, but did not take the Asian high, or if NASDAQ take the Asian high and rejected back inside this, we're going to look for sell onto the second demand zone. And another scenario, if NASDAQ should potentially pull back into the Asian range and did not take the Asian high and starts to reject, then we'll take a sell again. Like two scenarios, we're going to take a sell. However, if NASDAQ just keeps pushing, keeps pushing above this level, then potentially they will go for the previous day high, and we need to be patient at that point. So, but there's a big chance the NASDAQ is going to just reach the demand zone at the bottom. And if we reach the demand zone at the bottom, our own job is just to wait there and take the trade from there. So in terms of expectation today, I think it's really straightforward. Based on what the current price action is doing, we are going to be patient on this particular trade. I mean, it's such a good swing. You can notice something that NASDAQ started moving from this bottom, right, on Monday, 9th of March, and it moved all the way to the top like this, almost like in one day, it did this big move, okay? Now, what is happening now is that we are having the correctional move, right, that is going to correct the movement. So now that we're having this leg, so maybe this leg will push a little bit like this, and we have this one, and then we'll have another one that will come down. So from here now, we need to see a decision happening. Either NASDAQ is going to now start going back in the direction, which is basically to buy, or maybe the war and the tension thing is going to make NASDAQ to keep selling, right? So that as well is a possibility. So what we have to do right now, guys, is that let us be patient. I'm not going to take a trade this morning, so I'll wait till the New York session. Between now and New York session, we should be having a proper formation so that we are able to enter into one of the trades, okay? So with that said, I think that's going to be the outlook this morning. It's pretty straightforward. So the expectation is that, just to recap, we're expecting NASDAQ to complete the sell into the second demand zone on the 4-hour, which is this one down here. So it still needs about 300 points, I believe, to get there. So yeah, that's about 300 points. So as soon as NASDAQ does that, we'll be looking for buy only at the bottom here. But for now, we can still keep looking for small sells into the second demand zone. But preferably, NASDAQ needs to do a pullback into the Asian range so that you can put a stop loss behind this this eye here, and then you can target the bottom. All right. Hopefully, I'm available today to trade at New York session. If not, I don't. So there's something. If I'm not at home, like on my trading desk, I don't like taking a trade. So I've noticed that in the past, whenever I'm not in front of my computer, in front of the desk, my trading desk, in my trading environment where I'm used to trading, if I'm trading from outside, I tend to make rough decisions. I might make a good decision once in a while, but I make multiple wrong decisions when I'm not in my trading desk. So that is why yesterday I just didn't figure out a way to go live and trade where I was. So today I will think about it. If there is a good opportunity in the market and I'm not in my desk, I might take advantage of it. But if there's no good opportunity, then I will just call it a day, and then we'll wait till next week Monday and we'll come back together. All right, everybody. That's what it is this morning. Let's go now and chill and do some other activities. We'll come back again at New York session, and hopefully we get a live trade today. Happy and safe trading, everybody, and see you there. Bye for now.